Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous Odyssey Alpha 4. I thought I'd get involved in some of the pew-pews that are going on. A few combat missions, see how that was stacking up to what it was like in the previous versions. Not without its problems, however, but let's check it out. Well, straight out the door, it's quite obvious that Frontier has applied a little bit of extra polish to the game. And that's really good, because in some stages it was looking a little bit ropey. But that's not to say this version of the Alpha, the first iteration of Alpha 4, is without its problems. Yes, we've got the polish, we've got the added audio, we've got new soundtracks of a busy station and adverts everywhere. But what's it actually like to play? Well, you can see I got my frames per second racking away down the bottom corner. Anything between 40 and 60 in the station. Not a steady 60, but then the graphics card hasn't taken off and gone into orbit. The added polish is much welcomed as well. And, you know, given new graphics capabilities and how the game should be tuned, and they're saying they're going to tune it right the way up to release, and let's hopefully say this, hopefully a little bit further as well, we expect to get a really good graphical representation of the game. At the moment it does look absolutely fantastic in true 4K, everything's set to ultra. I'm quite happy. Few little drop frames here and there, a little bit of skipping, but like we're saying, and everyone's been saying, it's still an alpha. Also, what we're seeing as the planets at the moment is not the final planetary tech that's going to be in the final game. That's still being tuned and tweaked, and we saw quite a bit of this on the recent Frontier stream. Now, with this particular combat mission, I'm rocking down there in the old Frontline Solutions Vulture. Well, this affords you, the commander, a good chance to look around at where you're going to go and have your little bit of combat. No clipping, no skip frames there as far as I could see. Things slow down a little bit here in the drop pod, but hey, everything started to draw, come into range, and things started progressing quite nicely. When on the ground, however, and engage in combat, you can see that certain things are indeed broken. Your opponents, yes, they have a shield bar, but they haven't got a health bar. Right, so giving them the old pews, yeah, you can see them drain their shields, but you've got no indication on how much health they have remaining. So hopefully that'll be fixed really soon. I had a problem as well yesterday when I flew my own ship, my Corvette, into the system. Joined a mission, one of these matches. My ship took off, great. I went out shooting people, as you do, and then I died. Again, as you do, as is the way of things. I then spawned back on the planet via a Frontline Solution Vulture, but with no fitted suit. All I had was my flight suit, and given the fact that I'd sold my sidearm, I don't know why, but I did, that caused me to have a little bit of a problem. Even going back to the stage where I had to try and get 400 to 500 meters away from the settlement, only then was I able to sort of like refit the suit and get back into the game, such as it was. People on a stream that I was hosting were also saying that the panels to turn off turrets were not working. Also, panels to turn off the atmosphere were not working in the settlements. And people were saying grandiose statements like, settlements are broken. And it certainly does seem that on occasion I've dropped into a combat site such as this and nobody is moving. They're just standing there pointing their guns in general directions. From this point of view, it allows you to go around and pick up all these lovely little items. But from a miner's point of view, it's not the game we really signed up for, is it? And hopefully all this will also be fixed quite soon. The weapons still, though, work quite well. Don't think there's been any tweaking going on there. Good old effects with the rocket launchers. Although I do feel, my own personal opinion, that the machine guns you get are a little bit underpowered. I think plasma weapons, for the time being, when you can get them, are going to be the way forward for this sort of engagement. Now with this version of the alpha, we were fitted out with all our ships, although they weren't there straight away in the game. That then got fixed pretty quick by Frontier, so hats off to them then. That then paused an awful lot of videos of people standing next to their ships and saying, wow, look at the size of that! And the scale and comparison to your commander model to things like the Corvette, as opposed to what we've normally seen, which is the elementary ships that have been in the game. Can be quite spectacular. Alpha 4 launch day, there were loads and loads and loads of connections. We had black adders, we've had mauve adders, we had scarlet crates, we had the game just freezing and hanging for no apparent reason. That's if you could get onto the game in the first place. Error messages like, hey, your launcher is too new. And usually Frontier's been pretty good with the communication around when things are actually launched and live. This time, I didn't see many notifications going around. Everyone knew it was happening, but no one really knew when it was going to happen. Other items like power play have been put into the games and the engineers, along with a full complement of ships. But it's your main commander from the main game that was put in place. No chance of changing your commander name, however. Whatever you chose all that time when you started playing Elite Dangerous, that's what your commander name is, regardless. And it's a shame that Frontier haven't put the option in to have a one-off change of commander name. You know, times change, people change. Change is quite good. And it's a good opportunity now with Odyssey to do that. So, let's see what happens. So anyway, the mission went quite well. I was currently doing. The AI seemed to be quite good, working around in squads. There was more items to pick up as well, from cabinets and storage lockers dotted around and on shelves. And everything went really, really well, resulting in a victory for me. Other parts of the game, however, were fraught with a few problems. Picking up some massacre missions, kill these pirates here, kill these pirates there, didn't go as smoothly, with not all the people that you required to be in the systems that they said they were being in the systems. Also, getting into Haz-Res sites as well seemed to be a bit of a problem. You couldn't quite just get close enough to those Haz-Res sites to drop off without having a 200 or 300 kilometer hike to get there. But that's early days, and I'm sure all this will be fixed before release as well. If any of you do find any problems, make sure you log them on Frontier's help desk and problem page. It's the only way it's really going to get fixed, isn't it? Anyway, I've been Ricardo. Thanks very much for listening and listening to my ramblings about what I've seen so far with Alpha 4 of Elite Dangerous Odyssey. Let's hope these things get fixed quick, because it is shaping up to look like a really good game. See you soon, take care, stay safe.